Hello guys, you welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my channel. I hope you are staying safe. I'm going to do an update on a particular video titled Cake Without Oven and Without Mixer. So on that particular video, a lot of questions have been asked, so I will use this video to answer all those questions. How do I mix the cake? How do I melt the butter, and so on? So watch this video and see how I'm going to melt the butter and how I'm going to put my sand on the pot and bake the cake. Thank you for watching. Preparing this cake, I'm going to use 2 sachets of butter, 2 sachets of butter. This 2 sachets is 500 grams. A sachet is 250 grams, so 2 is going to be 500 grams. So I'm using 5 cups of all-purpose flour. 5 cups of all-purpose flour. Then 1 cup of diluted milk, 1 cup. Then 10 large eggs that I'm using here. Then 2½ cups of sugar. Then I'm going to use 2½ tablespoons of baking powder. And this is my vanilla. I'm using strawberry flavor here. You can use any flavor that you want to use. I'm using strawberry here. I'm going to enhance the color of the cake with a red food color. The next thing now, because I'm not going to use a cake mixer, so I'm using hand to mix it. So I'm going to melt my butter. So I'm pouring in warm water. This is the question that one of my subscribers asked: how do I melt the butter? So see how I'm melting the butter now. The water that I'm pouring in here is hot water. So I will allow the butter to be there for at least 2 minutes to 5 minutes. So it will be soft enough for me to work with. After 5 minutes, the butter is soft enough. See how it is now? So I'll start the mixing now. So I'll wash my hand very well with water and soap before starting the mixing. I'll cut the butter now because it's melt enough. Then I'll pour it into my round bowl. After melting it, this is how it looks like. You see, it is very easy now to work with. It's not hot. It's not hot. It's just okay. So I'll pour in my sugar. Pour in the sugar. Then I'll mix it very well until it is fluffy. Until it is fluffy. Then I'll add my milk. Then the egg. So I'll start mixing it. We'll mix it until it is fluffy. When it is fluffy, see the color is yellow now. When it is fluffy, it will turn white. So continue mixing it.
While I'm turning my butter to be fluffy, so I'll set my stove. Because I'm using stove, I'll set the stove how I want it, then start to preheat my pot. So the stove is set now, so I'll preheat the pot. This is the pot that I'm using. This is the pot that I'm going to use. So I'll pour in my sand. This is the sand. I'll gently pour in my sand. Then level it very well. You see that? I'll level it very well. That I'm going to use, and you've seen I've poured the sand into it. Then level it very well. You know it is sand. Cover it with wraps of paper like that. This is the first one. Then I'll place another one in it. Then put another one, so that I make sure that the sand is not showing at all. I'm using up to 4 wraps of paper here. See how it is. Then I'll put it on the stove that I've already set on a low flame. Then I'll put it there. Then preheat it. I'll cover it. You see it? I'm still mixing it until it turns white. Still mixing my flour, so I'll break the egg so that it will be ready to add it to the butter and the sugar that I'm still mixing. I'm using 10 large eggs here. As you can see now, it has turned white and it's falling. When you carry it, it's falling. So you know it is ready now. So the next thing is to pour in your egg. Pour your egg in. Mix it well. Couple it very well. Then pour in your milk. Couple it very well. Adding 2½ baking powder, 2½ teaspoon of baking powder. Then I'll mix it very well. Perfect. Then I'll start to couple it into the bit by bit. You couple it. This one is okay.
By bit. pour in your all-purpose flour and couple it. Make sure there is no lumps when you are coupling your flour. After coupling it, this is how it looks like. Ready to go to the baking pan. Wow, perfect. So the next, before I pour in my cake, I have to oil it. Make sure you rub the butter generously so that your cake will come out very well. And after rubbing it with the butter, you dust it with all-purpose flour. After rubbing the butter in your pan, you add all-purpose flour. Then let it go around very well like that before you pour in the cake. So I'm pouring in the cake now. Wow. My pot is hot now, so I'll place in the cake, then cover it. Make sure it is airtight. Let's check how it is. You take a clean knife to check whether your cake is ready. Put it or pierce it to the center, then remove it. You see how it is. It came out very clean, so you know it is ready. So we've baked it for 2 hours. So the cake is ready now. So you remove it, turn it into the cake rack.